Hello. When we last left, I talked to you about Zoom reports. Now, I have a few people who want to actually see what the students are doing, and that's where I kind of left off with my last report. So, just wanted to remind you again, if you're trying to do something where you're actually looking um, for the most functionality within Zoom, don't try to go within Canvas. Canvas is great because it links it into your course, but you're really going to need to go into your account at zoom.us. And again, remember to log into your account with your full profile. For Berkeley College individuals, that'll be your full email. Once you've done that, I want you to go to settings. Within settings, it'll give you different options in order to make sure that you're recording as much information as possible. A little bit of lead lag here, but we're going to get there. So when we look at the meeting, you want to go to the recording tab within settings. And that's where you're going to get that full functionality. Again, remember to always record to the cloud. That allows for the closed captioning, as well as other things. I personally have mine set right now to record active speaker gallery view and shared screen separately. The benefit of that is you can actually, if you record it with just the active speaker, you're not going to see who's got their camera on. So if you're trying to see who in your class keeps their camera on the entire class, but you're also trying to teach, you can have that gallery view so that you can go back and look to see who's got their camera on, who's pointing at the ceiling, who's wandered off while you're talking, and who's just turned the camera off. So that'll give you those different options. But what you're actually looking for is making sure that you can actually see who's watched the recording. So again, allow recording, automatic recording to record to the cloud. And this is where you want to go down here to these other options. Do not at this time select require users to authenticate. That's having little issues and that can actually block some students from viewing your video. But I do strongly recommend that you set recording as on demand by default. That means users have to register before they can watch the recording. That's going to give them the options of making sure that they tell you some information about them, and that will go into the course so that you can actually see who's done that. Requiring passcodes is up to you if you want to have them understand that. The rest things is users can see the transcript, users can see the chat. Now, once you've actually set those all up as those particular sets, that's going to allow, and again, these functionalities, as soon as you click on them, it will save it. For these functionalities up here, you're going to actually have to make those selections and click save here at the bottom. So that's going to start making a difference as far as what you've got. Once you have that, that's where you're going to start getting a lot more of that functionality. Now, you will get reports within Zoom, but you're also going to get the majority of the reports here within the Zoom site rather than where it logs into Canvas. If you look at what's happened within Canvas, here's an example of some meetings that I've recorded with these settings. If you go here to previous meetings, you can get a report. So that will actually give you a meeting report of who came to the class, how long they stayed. But that's not going to get you all of that information as far as who actually viewed the recordings. And if you go into cloud recordings, again, you're also not going to see who viewed the recordings there. So it's very limited functionality. What you want to do is, again, go to your Zoom site. And so you saw that one course had very limited functionality. And if we look in that exact same course here within Zoom, that's where you're going to start seeing a lot more of those different options in order to get that feedback. So here we have the recording analytics, which you don't get within Canvas. And those recording analytics, once they finally load up, will show you things like registration settings and view registrants. The registration settings will give you the information that you want. You can automatically approve, so a student can go in, click on it, and sign right in, or you can do manually approve where they have to ask you permission. I recommend automatically approve because that way they can go in if they're at midnight, they want to check it out. I also have it set up to send me an email when someone registers. That means I know through email that a student logged in and at least clicked on it, even if they didn't watch the whole video. It does go into your secondary folder within Outlook, but again, you get that right away. So with registration, you can ask different questions. I have it set first name and address are required. I ask for their last name as well because heaven forbid you have 6 Susies and the Susies all name themselves as Susie Cutie and you can't figure who they are. So I try to get a little bit more information. You can also add custom questions if you want to do that. So that's going to ask those questions when they log in so that you know who's actually been there. Once you do that, you get registrants. Now, if you do with the registrants, if you set it so that um, they have to get approval. So what you have here is the people who are pending approval. So if you are allowing approval, you're going to see that list there. People who've denied is in that list, but this is where we get the approved. Mine were automatically approved, so they just kind of went right into the approval area. And that's where we're going to see the list of people who, this is now 5 students who I know based on their names went in and accessed my report. So this way I can give them credit for actually watching it. Now, in truth, does it mean they watched the entire thing? No, it means they clicked on it, but at least it's a start. That's where we're kind of going in the right area. So when we go into that, you're also going to see some different recording analytics, as you see, which is right up here, even before it loads up. So you can look at the recording analytics and it'll show when people accessed it, whether they downloaded or whether they just viewed it. In this particular case, you're going to see in 1 month, a couple of people viewed it. You kind of go down and it will show here's the days that people viewed it, how many people downloaded. In this case, nobody downloaded it. And will tell you who downloaded it and how long they viewed it for. So far, of all of those people who viewed it, we can see none of them watched the entire video. But Joel did a pretty good job, and that's a good sign. Um, So you can actually get an idea of how long they've actually viewed it, whether they did the entire thing. Now, if a student does choose to download it, you're not going to see whether they watched the entire thing. You're just going to see that they downloaded it. I've seen that more when I'm talking about other faculty looking at downloading my files, but again, it gives you that basic idea. So I hope that this really helps you understand how to use those analytics a little bit better. I will tell you, if you're looking at older things, we now have it set up so it's showing about a month worth. You can also go back a little bit further if you're looking for future further back information. But this should allow you to have the chance of doing what I've done in this particular class, which is I've given students credit for watching the video even after the class actually met. And so that way you can actually give them that chance to catch up, make up, in order to give them credit for watching the video, even if they can't come to class. I hope that really helps. Please reach out if you need any other assistance. Bye bye.